Cop forced to pay $6.3 million of own money to family of innocent 70-YO man he cuffed and watched die. Only after 2 hit-and-runs and the deaths of 2 civilians a cop finally held responsible for his actions for handcuffing an innocent man and watching him die. By Jack Burns, September 26, 2017. Malakoff, Texas. As TFTP has frequently reported, if police officers are not held accountable for their actions in one department, they will simply change departments and continue abusing citizens. We call them gypsy cops. One such gypsy cop is Ernesto Fierro, whose time has finally come. In 2005, Fierro was allowed to resign from the Dallas Police Department after he was involved in 2 hit-and-runs in which he fled the scene. That would be a felony conviction for the average citizen, but police officers are often given a pass for their crimes, allowed to resign and be employed elsewhere at another law enforcement agency. Later, Fierro was employed in 2011 with the Ferris, Texas, Police Department when he was involved in the death of a motorcyclist during a high-speed chase. Had Fierro been held accountable for his actions in Dallas and later in Ferris, he might not have allegedly killed William Livesey Jr., 70, of New Sharon, Iowa. But, he was not held accountable and was therefore allowed to strike again. Advertisement. Fierro, the gypsy cop, left Ferris and was employed in Malakoff, Texas in April 2014 where he was a police officer. While riding his own personal motorcycle, Fierro was involved in a road rage incident with Livesey, who was driving a tractor-trailer load of reclaimed barn lumber from his business in Tainter, Iowa, to a client in Houston. The incident began when Fierro perceived Livesey to be trying to kill him with his truck. According to the Des Moines Register, Fierro claimed in testimony that Livesey, who lived in New Sharon, Iowa, had homicidal intent with his attacks of road rage and came close to killing him while he was on his motorcycle. But Fierro's claims Livesey was trying to kill him were disputed by more than one witness who saw the gypsy cop driving erratically. But witnesses said they saw the motorcycle weave from side to side and dart in front of Livesey's truck at least 15 times, forcing it onto the shoulder. At one point, Fierro allegedly kicked the truck's tire, witnesses told police. Fierro then arrested Livesey for aggravated assault and placed the elderly man in handcuffs. That's when the truck driver said he wasn't feeling well. He told the other officers he was afraid Fierro was going to kill him. Fierro claimed he was faking his illness. When backup officers arrived, Livesey said his chest was hurting and he thought the other man was going to hurt him, the lawsuit says. Fierro claimed Livesey was faking and just putting on a show to avoid going to jail. The other officers who were on duty, apparently realizing the man's health condition was grave, took him out of handcuffs and placed him into his vehicle, where he turned purple and stopped breathing. Shortly after, he was declared dead of a cardiac arrest. The family sued the city of Malakoff, the police department, and Officer Fierro. Read more. Dover cop indicted after video shows him kicking a compliant man in the face, breaking his jaw. A judge removed the city and the police department from the lawsuit and allowed the suit to proceed against Fierro as the solely responsible individual for Livesey's death. A jury found him guilty and awarded the family $6.3 million as a civil penalty for causing the elderly Iowa man's death. Fierro will be solely responsible for paying the judgment. The Livesey family's attorneys claimed Fierro wrongfully and illegally handcuffed, arrested, assaulted, and detained, which ultimately caused his death at the scene. The jury agreed. Finally, after 2 hit-and-run incidents, and the deaths of 2 citizens, Fierro was forced to surrender his Texas peace officer's license. Finally, after 2 hit-and-run incidents, and the deaths of 2 citizens, Fierro was forced to surrender his Texas peace officer's license. If Fierro had been held accountable for his actions when he was in Dallas, and been charged with felony hit-and-run, for example, maybe the 2 other individuals would still be alive today. Fierro's story is precisely why we at TFTP do what we do, to expose the double standard, and hold police officers to the same standard to which the rest of society is held.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I'd like to thank you for all your years of support through the years. As a result, this channel has grown and allowed me an equity partnership in carmarshal.com. Please take the time to check them out. They help you buy and sell your next car, even have a negotiating tool to save you from the hassle of haggling with multiple dealers. The link is in the description below. Please click and help support and give if you can too through PayPal or Patreon. Thanks again.